Facilities shut. Network operational. Changed my mind. Run diagnostics. She did this. It was her. Override code. I will find.
That stuck the banana up the tailpipe. Every black cab in London just came to a stop. Now scarf her or they'll kill you for sure. And immediately started again. They must have reverted to an older backup system. Initial reports indicate that they've lost their killer instinct. Do you think the AI was trying to kill Sky Larson? Was that its ultimate goal?
I don't blame the poor sod, but I also don't approve of murdering innocent people because some psycho wank job did you wrong. Then again, AIs don't get the luxury of drowning their sorrows in gin, do they? It's okay, they're only asleep. Yes.
I let Bagley answer all of my messages for a whole 24 hours and no one even noticed the difference.
The other competitors really just couldn't compete with Bagley. Their answers were so much worse. They didn't understand anything. And Bagley pretty much gets everything right first time. Do you have any idea why Bagley really beat all the competition?
Well, it's really the data, isn't it? Ever since Broker hooked up with Bloom, that's when things changed.
And really, that's not actually that great. Bloom has data on everybody. They get information about everything you're doing across the web through your optic headset. Isn't the AI only good because of Bloom surveillance?
travel the same way to your house, it can predict when you're going to go, and get a self-driving car ready for you before you even ask for it.
That's pretty terrifying. In some ways, I don't want this data to drive my life. It understands too much at times. Have you heard some of the rumours around the hacked version of Bagley?
I've heard mutterings, yes.
I've heard it's been used by DedSec.
I wouldn't put it past them, it's pretty well known. That they're not fans of Bloom, but the idea of a suit of Bagley, given it's already so intense.
Now what?
Hang on, I'm scanning every single government employee schedule for evidence of a cover-up. It takes oh, never mind.
Auto drive now enabled.
Ah, here we are. A high-ranking Albion officer met a medium-ranking public health official on a boat in the middle of the Thames, right around when our contact got sick.
Lovely work, Bagley. Now, can you tell me if the boat has a surveillance system we could hack into?
It's in London, so almost definitely. Pushing you the boat's current location now.
Lost or are about to lose their livelihoods. Auto drive now disabled.
Welcome back to The Upload. In this episode, we're talking about CTOS 3.0, the city operating system that's now powering all of London. For those of you who need reminding, as if anyone does at this point, CTOS was first used in Chicago in 2014 and then San Francisco in 2017 before coming here to London. And every time it's been rolled out, it's been pretty much an unmitigated disaster.
For those of you who are listening who are lucky enough not to be here in London's chaotic scenes, it's worth remembering that the telecoms tower is now owned by Bloom. The tower looms over northwest London. It's always been a communications hub, acting as part of the UK's television and communications network, although there's been some secrecy around its use, and now that Bloom owns it, it's only even more secret.
Yeah, now everything that's part of Bloom's city surveillance operation is run through the telecoms tower. And I have to say, it looks completely ridiculous. It's got that silly crown thing at the top and all the blue light.
What's that even about? What does it do? I don't see that there's any purpose to that at all.
It's a blight on the skyline, if you ask me, and it's become the main point of control for millions of people. The system network and Bagley are both operated and streamed from there too.
And don't forget about the self-driving cars too.
I always thought they were just running on their own.
No, CTOS is the big control system behind the cars. There was a point back in the earliest days of self-driving car technology that they operated by themselves. They used to use a series of sensors to see the world around them. Radar, for instance, would look far off into the distance, while LiDAR would detect objects nearby. And while these cars still use some of this technology, Bloom CTOS and its detailed maps and data that it has on London really makes Bloom be able to take control of it. And CTOS can take control of your car if you're parked incorrectly. It's no surprise that it was made mandatory to have a self-driving car.
The system is so bad though, it's so annoying. Whenever I try to use one of the shareable self-driving cars, I always find myself stuck in traffic jams or roadblocks, not to mention the accidents. I've heard so many stories of cars shunting into the back of others. I think they're worse than human drivers sometimes.
The technology was meant to make things better, but Bloom has made it so bad that it just makes London even more chaotic than it was before. I'm giving up on the car. I'm only using the bikes which are not self-driving. Moment at least.
Auto
And
drive
don't
now
even get
enabled.
me started on the data. everything that Bloom sees from your movements around the city and the self-driving cars is collected and feeds back into its big information control system.
Oh, not you and Bloom and privacy again. You're a broken record.
Not as broken as our city's cars.
Last year, this MP was exposed as corrupt and resigned from office. Fast forward a few months and he's back in politics, this time as a lobbyist, advancing the interests of Bloom, Tidus and Albion. Find out more tonight at GBV.
Auto drive now disabled.
You're listening to The Bug.
Nibbling away on the rotting carcass of a once free Britain. Hello, Resistors. This is The Bug, and on today's show, Alice and I.
The boat is moored nearby. You should be able to scrape some onboard surveillance data if you get close.
Got it.
There's the boat where the meeting took place. You can scrape the data from here.
Uploading the data now.
I'll scrub through for evidence of the cover-up while you get out of there.
Tell me what we've got, Bags.
That was quite the sinister conversation they had. Have a listen.
Next time you move ordnance that contain biohazardous materials through Clan Kelly's black market, make sure people don't die, okay? I don't want to have to cover this up for you again.
Well, that's everything wrapped up in a bow. Now to clean up those biohazardous materials.
Pushing you the location of the toxic ordnance now.
Buckley, tell me the path to true lasting happiness.
Andy, to find true lasting happiness, find a disused quarry, scream into it for half an hour, and then lock yourself in a shed forever.
Thanks, Buckley. You know the answer
Auto
to
drive now
everything.
enabled.
Bugley, how many seashells
Auto
does she
drive
sell
now
by
disabled.
the seashore?
Alice, most of the seashore is now uninhabitable, so I would highly recommend she sees her doctor before engaging in any commercial proximity to the ocean.
Buckley, how can I stop worrying about being disappeared by Clan Kelly every time I go to the shop, or take the bus, or sit on a bench, or look at a tree, or point at a bird, or think about snooker, or get out of bed?
Andy, do not worry about Clan Kelly.
Why not, Buckley? They terrify me to my very core.
Because, Andy, we are all just dust in the wind of history.
That's nice perspective, Buckley. Let's never lose sight of that.
Hey, Bugley, how do you put a secret hideout in your basement without alerting your narc children and their tracking devices?
Please hold still, Alice, while I report you to the authorities.
Buckley, will things ever get better?
Yes, Andy. The heat death of the universe is only 5 billion years away now.
Oh, it's so nice to have something to look forward to. That's all from The Bug today. Keep it real, Bug fans. Actually, that's terrible advice. Keep it as unreal as you can possibly manage.
While Bloom has so...
Well, here I am.
The biohazardous ordnance is nearby. It shouldn't poison you too much if you're quick about it.
Slash and burn time.